the live stream gods. All right, we are live.
How do you do that?
Thank you all for being so patient as we work through technical stuff. Say hi to Brandon, y'all.
Hello.
Okay.
Can I show him this?
Yeah, well, we're okay. So everybody, I'm not sure if you guys. Oh wait, here it goes. Okay. Yeah, I had to mute it. There we go. I don't know if you guys realize, but you may have seen Brendan before. I don't know where. I have no idea.
When
Does anybody know where they've seen Brendan before?
When pigs fly.
Brendan, why don't you tell us, where have we seen you before?
Oh, shoot. Hang on.
Are you having trouble hearing us?
Hang on. It's frozen. It's frozen.
No.
Okay, there you are. Sorry. I was trying to like write a message like saying it's frozen. Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat what we just said. I missed that.
Oh, we were just saying, where have we seen you before? I don't know. Uh-oh, no, you're frozen.
Oh no. I'm wondering if I should try like plugging into like my. Geez, I would have to disconnect though. Anyways, what were you saying?
Oh, I was asking, where have we seen you before Supernatural?
I don't know him.
I just missed all that. I'm sorry. It keeps sort of like.
You're fine.
Sorry. So what were you saying? I missed.
Oh, I was asking if you wanted to tell everybody where we've seen you before.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're eating Doritos. Yeah, you've seen me. So last year at the Super Bowl, you might remember a commercial called "When Pigs Fly," about a pig that flies across the screen. A little boy straps a rocket onto the pig, and so that commercial was made for the Crash the Super Bowl competition, which is a big, huge amateur contest where you make a commercial for Doritos, and the grand prize is $1 million, and they air it at the Super Bowl, and so the top 10, they all got to go to the Super Bowl. And long story short, the second prize was they still air it at the Super Bowl, and we win 50 grand. So we won the second prize. They aired our commercial at the Super Bowl for 114 million people, something like that. And it was an amazing experience. If you go on my website, there's some videos of like the reaction, and someone actually caught it live happening because we were waiting for it to air, and it aired, and I brought my mom along, and the pig was there, and everyone was there, and it was a really special, fun, crazy experience, and my phone lit on fire, and it was a cool thing that definitely jump-started things for me, because they've been airing it. You guys still see it, apparently.
Yeah.
I still get a chunk of money every once in a while, which is awesome. So, so that was a cool thing. So, it was definitely a big January. We're voting all of January, and then we finally, to be rewarded to see this thing come up, it was so awesome. It was cool. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, we literally saw the commercial yesterday. So,
that's awesome.
I mean, it's very much alive and well.
Yeah, it's good to hear this is the last year of the competition, apparently. I'm not in any of them, but I have some friends who made some commercials, and you can go on like Doritos.com right now and see all this year's entries. I've been meaning to go and watch. I've seen a few here and there. Some of them are really good. But I was just surprised. I got asked to do it. It was a freebie. It was, shot, what are the chances of winning and I saw it. I got up early on a Sunday. I went out to a farm to shoot it. And a couple weeks later, I saw the final version. I'm like, this is really good. Like, I wonder. And then, lo and behold, a few months later, Super Bowl, and it's crazy. It's just awesome. Yeah.
Well, there's something else on your website too. Someone bug lifed your commercial.
Yeah, that was, or I like to call Doug Life.
Doug.
They did Thug Life, the commercial. Some YouTube artist just matched the video. Hilarious. So McChicken Master is the guy's YouTube handle. But he watches other videos. They're just so weird. Like, but it's worth checking out. Anyways, it was very fun. It's cool to be Thug Lifed or Doug Life.
You've been Doug Lifed in many, many ways.
There's so many hashtags. There's like New Doug, Doug Life, Teach Me How to Dougie. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
I was personally hashtagging Doug needs a hug.
I like that. Who doesn't, right?
Right. Yeah. And originally I was gonna put I stopped myself because I was gonna put not a dick Doug.
There you go. Not a dick Doug.
Not a dick
yeah.
Doug.
Yeah.
I don't read the spoilers, so initially before I watched the episode, I thought that you were stepping into the same character.
Right.
I didn't realize
right.
it was
yeah.
you,
So on that note, like I could talk about like how I say, oh, there you go. So I actually booked the part off the taping and not a live audition. I was shooting something else that day, and I had my coach, Ed. He helped me out, and we just worked it a bunch of times, and felt like something that I could really bite into. And what also helped is I don't always get this as an actor. You get some backstory, some previous things to watch, and I watched both of Brianna's episodes. It's on Netflix. I'm like, it's awesome to get to know her and how her stories all work. So to see this story of like a new Doug coming in and she's jaded towards Dougs is like so funny and yet so like understandable in a weird human way. So yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, so yeah.
That's not your first time on Supernatural, though. I don't think anybody knows that or realizes that. You've been there once before.
I was, and you wouldn't know that because they cut the scene. So in the 8th season, I was in the show, and I did a scene with Elena Huffman, who you guys. Like supposed to say about that because it was cut, how much that affects like their story or whatever. But regardless, I was excited. It wasn't nearly as big as this part on Doug, and I was so excited. I sent the link, to my family and friends, and then they watch it. And of course, they're like, "Is it the wrong episode?" I'm like, "What happened?" And I'm like, like I can't explain it. They're like, "Did they cut you out because you weren't good?" Or like, "No, I don't know." People don't really understand how that works, but that was like the episode was entitled Clip Show, so it could have been. I think it was sort of a compilation of a bunch of stuff, and I guess that just was running long. So that happens often that something's not totally necessary. They gotta cut things out, but it obviously worked out well for me because this is a much bigger, funner part. And they actually, I understood that this episode was running long. So that initial scene where I meet the boys and Brianna, and it's like this super long pause. Like that's longer than the pause that we did when we shot it. Like they added the length of the pause, which is, I think, hilarious. Like that kind of awkward humor is like right up my alley. And it's just like, like getting like really okay. Time to leave, guy. You gotta know when to leave. And he's like, I'm not getting the clue. It's just,
Yes.
it is, and like
We've all been there.
what was that?
I said we could all relate to it because we've all been in
Oh, it froze up
predicaments
again.
like that. So it makes it even funnier.
What was that last part? You froze up again. Sorry.
Oh, I said it just makes it even funnier because
Yeah.
it's so relatable.
It is. It's funny, and yeah, that's what I like. I really had a good time playing Doug, and I like the way he was written. He's much like Brianna. I think the things that make Sheriff Donna are like she's like homespun, I think is a word that I heard on some other interview, and earnest, and much like Marge from Fargo was like her influence apparently. Just like smart, but still like kind of simple in terms of like her tastes and her like liking funny, like totally click. I think, and yeah, I liked at the end where Doug, they he's not, they redeem him a bit. That he says like, I've got baggage too, Donna. I think that's first of all, could be explained at some other point, but it's like he's relatable. He can relate. He's not just sort of like a doormat. He's a person, and they have that nice little moment because Sheriff Donna was frankly kind of being kind of like jaded and mean to him. She was kind of taking the dickness of previous Doug and like, you know what I mean? She was, and I don't mean, yeah, like she like, which is understandable, which is like a human reaction, but she was throwing it on him, and like he was just like totally devoted and looked up to her, and I like that they had that moment in the end that doesn't, nothing really happened. They just shared a moment, but like you see hope, you see sort of hope for their relationship and that things are cool with them and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, I think that the line that you mentioned a moment ago when you said, we all have baggage, I have baggage. I think the way you delivered it had so much weight to it that you can't help but think or hope, that there is going to be another appearance, and we'll hear more about Doug's backstory and become a hunter too. There's a lot of different directions this could go in, and that's the beauty of being on the show.
Yeah, and you would know that a lot better. I mean, being like a huge fan of the show, I wish I could say I watched every single one before I got booked on the show, but I mean that is the case for Sheriff Donna's storyline. I mean, like I have to say that it's cool to see where she started with her struggles. I think that's why people liked her so much. I mean, I remember that first scene where she's sitting in the chair in the fat sucker place, and she's talking about her pain, and she's kind of smiling through this pain, and it was like, oh, like you really felt that. She's like, oh well, like things are okay when like things weren't fine with her. And then the next episode we meet Doug, and he is a total dick, and she doesn't have the strength to sort of butt up against him. And then finally at the end we see her have this badass moment of like cut out, which by the way is my friend Morgan, who like she cut the head off of, she's a close friend of mine. I was like, whoa, when I saw that, it was really funny. Who played Star, I think the character's name was.
Yes.
And she's has this strength now. So I think it's important. Are you still there? Oh yeah, there you are.
Yes.
It's important to know that like I think it's clear that she doesn't need a man to go forward from here. She has the strength, and she needs him. If she's going to have one, he should be there to complement her life and not complete it. And that's, you know, my take on Sheriff Dawn. Like she, you know, she has the strength. She's a hunter now. She did this whole thing. I agree. She didn't have, like, I got to do the stunt where I got to shoot the bunny guy. She didn't have anything as badass as like the decapitation from the previous episode. But I think it kind of needed to show Doug's sort of worthiness.
Right.
You know, I think he would jump in front of a bullet for her, really. Like, he's that sort of devoted. That's the sort of sense I get from him. So, and we need to kind of show that he wasn't just like a goofball, that like he could actually, like I did, you know, struggled with the baton when I was trying to get it out, which actually was funny because like the prop baton that I had was like really sticky, rubbery. So like it was quite real trying to get that thing out. But yeah, I mean, it's well set up that, you know, it would be cool. I mean, I would think that they would bring Sheriff Donna back. I can't say anything. No one's talked to me about Doug, but I would, obviously that would be amazing to do. But I'm grateful for the opportunity as it has happened. But would it be cool to see, like, you know, the hunter team, like one episode for sure, and like Doug ride in on a motorcycle, and like, you know, who knows? Like, I can get my ideas all day long, really. But you know, she makes up a good team with, you know, the characters from the previous episode, and it would be cool to see how everyone's for sure.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the very last part of what you said? It froze.
Oh yeah, we see with in the previous episode, like, you know, she's sort of teaming up with so it would be kind of cool to see, you know, the three of them sort of the Minnesota sort of faction, hunter faction, whatever, would be kind of cool. So yeah,
That would be cool. That would be.
Yeah.
We have a question from the audience. Destiny is our favorite scene from Plush.
Say that one more time. It kind of got all garbled. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Destiny Whitaker is asking if you have a favorite scene from Plush.
First of all, hi. I would have to say, it was. I really enjoyed the intro scene, but it was. I got to be totally honest. It was pretty fun to, you know, shoot the gun and shoot the bunny guy and everything. I actually did. They loaded the gun to fire, but I don't know if you don't actually get to see me fire. They chose to shoot like the squibs, which are explosive blood pellets on they're loaded onto the stunt guy. So when she's about to hit her, and then Vic, you know, he gets shot, and then you see me with the gun after. But I did get to shoot. Oh, and I did with my own stunt for that, where he sort of throws me on the hood of the car, and
Oh, right.
they put padding on my back and everything. And I had one take where I like went right up on the hood and like slid down. It was pretty fun. I like doing that kind of thing. So
Well, that sounds like fun.
hanging from rocks and buildings, yeah. But who knows? The future is to behold for Doug. He could hang from buildings later on. I don't know. Who knows?
Spider Doug.
Yeah, I can see it. What's wrong with that? It's fine.
Melanie Nicholson has a question, and it's great because her question is a great segue to what I wanted to talk to you about as well. So I'm going to combine them. Okay,
Sure.
So what I wanted to talk about is when I went onto your website, brendan-taylor.com, I got to see some of your other projects that you've done. Charlotte's Song, Aerial Unraveling, and Triple Slip.
Sorry, it froze again.
Oh, no!
You said I got to see whoop, and then it froze.
Okay.
What would you say?
I got to see some snippets about Ariel unraveling, Charlotte's song, and Triple Slip. And
Yes.
what I wanted to talk to you about is it's basically what Melanie's question is here too. She wants to know, how does filming Supernatural compare to other projects that you've worked on? So obviously, you know, Charlotte's song.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We have a horrible connection out there, guys. I'm so sorry.
Keeps going. The last thing I heard was, how does Supernatural?
Oh, how does filming Supernatural differ than the indie films that you've been doing?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's a very different scenario. So Ariel Unraveling, for one thing, I production designed. I wasn't an actor on. I do that as well. As if you see my IMDb, which feel free to go and click, find me on IMDb. I'm Brendan Taylor.
Oh no, you froze again.
The art department. The art department is. Did you hear me? I cut out.
I heard. All I heard was the art department, and you had mentioned IMDb, and then you froze. So in between IMDb and art department,
I had a little thing come up, say like bad connection, whatever. So yeah, if you look on IMDb, most of my credits are in the art department because I've done that for 10 years in the local industry. And I sort of moved down the totem pole. First sort of had responsibility and then sort of scaled it back so that I could make auditions and so forth. But so yeah, I decided to try my hand officially sort of production. And then Triple Slip was another short film which that I starred in, and the smaller sets are they're pretty similar, but they generally they have less people involved and all that, more people wearing more hats. So in the case of sort of the bonus sometimes is that you know, everyone's really there. Like often these short films, no one's paid. Like I didn't get paid I got paid to production design the film, but Triple Slip was not, and it was fine. It's more a passion project of the story of the, you know, the story itself. So you know, the people are there because they want to make a film, and it's, you know, about the journey and not the destination kind of thing. And you get a kind of reward in the end when they piece it together and put it in a festival and it gets there. So yeah, but Supernatural is an amazing set to work on. They're because they've been around. This is Vancouver's longest running show. 11 seasons is like an unheard of. With Smallville was the last one, and that's canceled. So it's really dialed in. It's really they really do sort of are welcoming. And I was happy about that. And I guess you might have also seen, I worked in set deck on Supernatural.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, the LARPing episode a couple of seasons ago.
LARPing in the Real Girl, was that you?
LARPing, so I worked on the camp, like setting up the medieval camp and stuff like that, and which is fun. And so I have all these sort of stories of that, and you might have read some of my tweets or blog. I can't remember where I may have said it, but my mother works in the industry as well, and that's sort of how I got started in it. So she was a set buyer for Supernatural for many years on and off, and still goes back there, and she's welcome back there, and I've been on the show, and so it was kind of cool. I walked into the set deck office in full Doug uniform when we were shooting at the studio, and they're pretty happy to see that. It was kind of fun. So I took a picture with them, but I don't want to bring them into the limelight if they don't want to be, but it's kind of cool to to sort of bring that around for, and I think it maybe for them too to see someone that they know maybe being on the show. So yeah, that's cool how it all sort of came full circle. It was good.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
We have another question from the audience. Her name is Rogue, and she is a hat creator extraordinaire. She made the hat my daughter was wearing a few minutes ago. She would like to know what you did on Battlestar.
Battlestar. Battlestar Galactica. I worked for a couple months on that show, doing a set deck as well. I wish I could have had a part on that show because that was another show that I did know, and to be there was really cool. I worked on the last season as well as the DVD, straight to DVD called The Plan, which is like the sort of last installment of, I don't know if you're familiar with that show.
I'm not, but the audience is.
yeah, but you guys know. It's sort of a telling of a group of people who are stuck on the planet on the first day of the attacks or whatever. But anyways, that was a really cool set to work on the main sort of the CIC, which is the main deck of the ship, and I sat in some of the planes and everything like that, and that was really cool to be a part of that, for sure. I remember the director was also Admiral Adama, the main one of the main guys. Edward James Olmos was directing The Plan, and if you have time for a little like sort of snippet, we were dressing one of the sets, and some of the people on it are they're working, right? They're not as like huge fans of the show. Like it's a job. And so Edward, he comes in and he's like, we're like, what do you think? He's like, well, imagine this is like, you're the last human beings on Earth. These are the only possessions you have left. So you're going to take care of them and put them aside. Imagine what that would be like. And I'm like listening to the whole, it's like, Captain Adama is like talking to me. And I look over, all the other dressers are just like, the hell is this guy talking about? Like, let us just get out of here so we can work, kind of thing. And it was kind of funny that like I was so like invested in like excited to talk to him, but some people are just there. It's a job for them. They don't dislike it. It's just that they don't have the same level of fandom. So
you're not invested in it the way other people might be. But I wanted
frozen again.
We have such a bad connection. I'm so sorry. All right, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you now.
Okay, great. I wanted to just backtrack for a second about Charlotte's song because I watched the trailer and now I need to know where the hell I can watch this movie because I'm dying.
Yeah, well, that's awesome to hear. It so it premiered at VIFF, Vancouver International Film Festival in September, and we shot it June of 2014, so last year. So right as of right now, they're in the middle of processing it and selling it and sending it to festivals. So with an independent film, that's sort of the route that you go. But early next year, 2016, we'll be able to find out where you can see it. That was a really huge, experience for me. I was a lead on the film, and to have a period piece. It's set in on the Little Mermaid. It's a dark fantasy. It's very dark. I mean, I'm not a great person in that film, character-wise, it's a very, but when people when they do bad things, it comes from a place like this man is very wounded and very hurt, and he does very regrettable things with his family, his young daughters and so forth. And they have our guest actor, as you might have seen, was Ewan Rayon, who plays Ramsay Snow in Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Who, if you watch that show, plays a pretty nasty dude on that show. so it was cool to have him. He'd never been to Canada. He spent 10 days in Canada. We got to hang out a few times, all of us, after work. And yeah, he's definitely a sort of really creepy scenes in the film. So yeah, watch the trailer and check out the site. And Facebook, there's Charlotte's Song you can find.
I'm going to make sure that I update the description in this to YouTube to your website so that people can have access to everything that we're talking about, because you have such a diverse range of things going on. Another thing you have coming up is a role on Fargo.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. And I've been waiting for so long to see this. So the turnaround on Supernatural is quite quick from when they shoot it. It was, well, September. So now, yeah, it's a couple months. Fargo I shot in May. And it was a really... I wish I could, but it's not as big a part as Doug, but it's, hopefully they keep all of what we did. You'll see see if you can spot me, it's a very unique part of the show. It's all, you'll know what I mean when I say that, when you see it rather. But that was awesome. They flew me to Calgary where they shoot Fargo, and I got to work. I can say that I got to meet, so I don't know if you watched the season, but I got to meet Kirsten Dunst, Ted Danson, and Patrick Wilson, and Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad. I had an extra day, and I was like, I'm gonna go to set and meet these people, and because my scene isn't with them, but I got to go and meet them and hang out. And it was Kirsten Dunst's birthday, and she had this like app on her phone that you can like rap with, like you just speak into it, and then it like auto tunes and makes raps. So she handed her phone around the circle, and we all made silly raps. And yeah, it was pretty cool to meet them, and I was so pumped to meet Ted Danson because I'm a huge fan of like Curb Your Enthusiasm and some other shows. So that was cool. Yeah.
Very cool. And I'm going to start watching Fargo now just so I could catch your episode and have it relevant and make sense to me so I can get context around it. So I'm excited about it.
You should. And if everyone has, lists of shows to watch. And I don't know when I can start. I have so much to watch or whatever. I would prioritize Fargo. The first and the second season, they're very different, but both like stylistically and just so cool. And like the acting and the dialogue and everything is just like, oh, it's awesome. So it's really thrilling to be a part of a show like that. It's, awesome to be a part of a show that's, so unique like that. And it's awesome to be a part of something like Supernatural, which is like such a world that's created. And by the way, I need to thank everyone and say thank you for welcoming me so warmly into like the Supernatural family with everyone's tweets and everything. It's this last few days have been very overwhelming to see sort of that change for me. So, but I hope you like and all that with Brianna. So. And yeah.
I'm sorry, the very last thing you said got cut off.
What was that? What was the last thing you heard?
The very last thing you heard was, oh my goodness, I just lost my train of thought. It was you were talking about how we pulled you into a family.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and yeah, just that this past week has been really awesome to see. All the welcoming and comments from people and everything, and just that I'm hoping. I've been putting up some behind the scenes photos. I know people wanted to see the picture of Jensen with the barbell.
Yes!
That was funny. He was just picked it up, and yeah, I guess you've seen the video, but he started like pumping the weights, and,
No, I
and,
didn't see the video yet.
I understand that he's popular. Is that right?
Jensen Padalecki or something. I don't know.
Something
Jared.
like that. I've heard that he's a thing. I don't. That's
So the next step is
I'm just getting a.
to a convention. Sure.
Can you see me? You're all frozen
Yeah.
there.
No, I can see you.
Oh, she's heavy.
All right, we don't need Jinxie right now.
You see, I'm getting a little message from Brianna.
Get out of here. Take the
I
cat.
don't care.
All right, take the cat.
She's just like,
Careful, and you're stepping on the Doritos. Don't do that. That's horrible.
oh,
That's our
she's-
favorite food group.
But
Yeah.
she's really heavy. Oh,
I don't know if you.
oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I saw that Brianna was asking how it's going.
Oh,
here, Jinxie.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Love her
find it.
too.
Who loves
Yeah.
who?
She's awesome. She's just shoot, I'm just gonna write here. Yeah. Yeah, it was yeah, sorry. I don't if you got any more questions or yeah, can carry on.
Oh, definitely.
I can say so.
No, it's fine. You're fine. So you've done stage work, you've done commercials, you've done film, and you've done TV. Do you have a preference amongst any of those that you like to do more than others?
That's a really great question. For me personally, I like commercials. I've been really fortunate. I fit a good category of like young Caucasian dad that works for a lot of things. So they're really fun. I mean, but in terms of like artistically fulfilling, something like theater is a lot more. You know, at this point, I haven't been paid really to do it, but it really is about flexing that muscle as an artist. I mean, you might be able to understand if you make jewelry, and if you stopped making jewelry for a couple months or something, you might kind of go batty or go, you know, go crazy a bit, you know, because you're not fulfilling that sort of flexing that muscle, so to speak. So, you know, theater, yes, I would love to, but if in my perfect world, I would love to have a lead on a series that's shot in Finland or somewhere, you know, wherever they shoot Game of Thrones or something like that.
Mhm.
And then do that for 6 months and then go to in New York and shoot and do a run of a play and then come back to Vancouver and go to LA. Like I'd love to do, you know, everything really. But I think to answer your question, like the bonus with theaters, you get to sort of experience a whole story as sort of all the way through. Whereas TV, the way they shoot it is very like chopped up. You know, we shot, you know, our intro scene was shot last, and a bunch of other stuff happened in between, you know, that Doug wasn't in. So you get more of a sense of playing in a character in something like either or a lead or, you know, on a stage production. So, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that how out of sequence that episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty common practice for sure. Oh, hang on. Brianna says hi.
Traffic. Oh, we love her.
There you go. Make sure my phone number wasn't. Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. Yeah.
we need more Brianna in our lives.
She's I was really happy. Oh, I need to mention, like when I mean, you know, I didn't know much about who I would be acting with in the show, and so I was able to look up her character, and you know, she had. It's not often that someone like has me like rolling on the floor like that, like her. And she, I think some other interviews she did recently that I was so happy to hear, because it was something that she improv'd that they kept, like slayed me in the episode. It was in Hibbing 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, I don't know, where she's like looking at the sign and she says like, preparing for a riot. Why not try it? Why not? I don't know. Like that scene, I like it was. She was so funny, and it's like brilliant comedic timing. And I knew that I'd be like, we're gonna have a really good time doing this. And we one day at Riverview Hospital, which is a common site to shoot in Vancouver. It's a really creepy old hospital. In between scenes, though, for a good half an hour, we were going back and forth, improving, like, oh yeah, no, real good. Yeah, you betcha. Like all of our Minnesota isms. Hopefully that's not insulting too much to people from Minnesota.
I think they will all admit that you're on point. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is I love Fargo, the show and the film and everything. And when I did the show, I will tell you this, I don't have the accent. It's a completely different accent. But I do have a mustache, as another hint. But I was bummed that I didn't get to do the accent. So when I got this show, I did a bit of the accent and played it with Brianna. But Tim Andrew, the director, asked me to scale it back a bit, and it makes sense overall. It does work for the episode, that you just sort of trust the writing, because if we do have these really wild Fargo accents, then like it's not Supernatural anymore, you know. It's like it's a different show kind of,
right,
and you got to kind of keep in the tone and the same things of the show. So but I had little moments, and when we did ADR is when we record audio after the fact for the episode that was missed or corrupt or whatever. Brandon and I had fun just sort of coming up with little line. Oh yeah, you want to get a snow cone? Oh yeah, want to go to Monster Trucks? Like things like that. Just were really fun to.
Oh my God! So, what would you say is a highlight that you have from your Supernatural episode experience? Would it be the interactions that you're having with Brianna and the other cast, or?
Yeah, I mean outside of like shooting it, or I mean, yeah, like it was.
Also whole.
Also what? Sorry.
Oh no, you broke up. I couldn't hear you.
Sorry. Did you say as well as shooting, or?
Oh yes, everything. The whole package for Plush.
The whole thing for Plush. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick a moment. Like the stunt scene is fun, but just feeling like I'm. And don't get me wrong, like when Brianna was back there, like they love her on that set, and like everyone was so excited to have her back. So and I do understand that Doug is a support character to Brianna's storyline, right? Like he is there right now because of, you know, her sort of arc. He doesn't have anything to do with the guys prior to that, obviously. So and I knew that she was, you know, a big established part of that. So I was just happy to sort of witness all that and to be included with it when I was there, you know, with the little sort of time I had on the set, which was still 5 days. I spent 5 shooting days making the episode, but having moments with Jensen and Jared was super fun. They're really funny guys. You guys probably know that in real life, but they're really dirty, like really funny dudes. We had some good sort of moments. We picked up was it Chris Farley
I'm sorry.
in can you hear me?
You broke out. The last thing I heard was literally the word dirty. You broke up.
That's funny. Way to dirty. Yeah, they were. They're funny. They have like a dirty sense of humor. They're very witty, which is cool to see. They have this ability to mess around. I can say fuck around. What Brianna said like fuck a million times on your show.
I actually counted times.
How many times was it?
19.
Right. I could beat that record if you challenge me.
Do it. Let's do it.
I'll do it.
The fuck challenge begins here. Come on.
The fuck challenge. Hang on. How many times? Fuck.
Gotta be.
Fuck. Beat it. You got it, Brianna.
Oh,
So,
and the flip. There we go.
And this. So that's what you get. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, what were we talking about again? I don't remember. Right. Oh, okay. Yes, the Jensen and Jared, those guys. I've heard of them. Met them on the set. Really nice guys. I'm sure they're going to be successful someday. Anyways, they were, they had this ability to fuck around like right up until, so there'd be like a scene 24, take 2, mark, rolling, and right before the director says action, they'll be like messing with each other or with Brianna until like action, then they're like back into the scene.
Really?
Jensen does his like, woo, woo, woo. He's like whatever his, that's my impression. But they have this uncanny ability to do that. So yeah, it was cool to, but yeah, we got to the, I don't know, Chris Farley, the scene where he's living in a van down by the river, like that famous scene. So Jared brought it up on his phone or something. We're all looking at that and doing impressions of Chris Farley, and yeah, it was pretty fun. It was cool. It was I mean, it would be awesome to spend more time with them and have more. Doug really didn't have like too much direct interaction with them other than the beginning, I think. So, who knows how that would go, how their relationship would be down the road. So anyways.
Well, I'm pretty sure that, the audience and myself included would love to see more of Doug on Supernatural. There's so much potential.
Man, this cuts out of the worst times.
What? What was the last thing you heard?
And you said, I'm pretty sure the audience, myself included.
Oh, would love to see Doug return.
Oh, well, thank you.
There's so much potential. You bring so much potential to the character, and that's why we all went apeshit when the new Doug came on, because wow, who's this? He's awesome, and it's a testament to you bringing this character to life and getting us all emotionally invested in this. So now, welcome to our insanity.
I appreciate it. It's I appreciate that. I think it would be just so cool, obviously, to be back. I think the right amount of sort of
these
what was that?
Saying is there's a lot of Doug enthusiasm going on,
Awesome.
and some Melanie Melanie wrote, yes, more Doug cowbell.
Gotta have that cowbell. Exactly.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, you and I, when we were chatting last night, we were messaging each other, you mentioned that you wanted to do a duet with Brianna at a Supernatural convention. So my question to you is, what song would you do?
That would be awesome. I did mention that. I think I mentioned it in passing to her, but she showed me a video at VanCon here where she showed up spontaneously and sang at karaoke. And I don't really know how those sort of all work, but the fact she showed up and it was like Michael Jackson came back from the crowd just lost it. And
Gate crashed. Totally gate crashed.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was so cool to see. And because she has like a musical theater background and loves karaoke and singing, and I love to do that. Like I might have mentioned, I just did a holiday singing commercial last week for a project. I'll post it when it comes out. And then I did a part. You can look up Old Spice, an ad called Dad Song. That's on YouTube. I'm one of the dads that in that. At 35 seconds. I know this because I've written it down a bunch of times. But
you've never watched it before, of course.
I've never seen it, but it's at 35 seconds on the yeah. So I'd love to, and I did a play earlier this year where I got to sing on stage. It was an original play, and I got my friend who co-wrote it to write me a song, my character a song, and some singing, and I just love karaoke. So it would be awesome if somehow I made it to a convention that to do that. I'd be totally down and do like a Donna and Doug duet. I mean that would be fun. No, I think so. But I think like something like Endless Love or like Baby It's Cold Outside for Christmas or something like that would be really funny. I got to learn like those a bit more, but you know what I mean? That would be pretty fun. And I'm sure she would be down because Brianna's down with like everything. It's awesome. So yeah.
Remember what my suggestion was last night? Which one I told you?
For a song?
Yeah. Well, I think the first one was I Got You, Babe by Sonny and Cher.
Yes.
Someone in the chat window just put that, just so you know, it's not just me.
Sorry.
Oh, I said someone else in the chat window just put that same song.
Oh, really?
Yes, so it's not just me.
Someone said someone put they want to see I Got You, Babe. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they put Sonny and Cher. Not that
awesome.
crazy. Well, maybe I am. But and then the other song I suggested was
Sorry, it's frozen again.
Oh.
We're doing so well there.
I know, what happened?
Sorry, go on. Was that the last thing we said?
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. And then the other thing I mentioned was I Shot the Sheriff.
Yes, that would be appropriate.
Yeah, that would be
a little. Well, I saved the sheriff from being clubbed to death. No, that's not. I don't know. That's not.
I can't. I'm out of ideas.
I shot the guy attacking the sheriff.
That's it. I shot the guy who tried to attack the sheriff.
Yeah, we'll find a way to work that.
Kind of a not ring to it.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're not making money off writing songs right now. So there you go.
Yeah. I just wanted to take a second to introduce the piece that I designed based on your character.
Yes,
and
please.
do the trivia contest, if you're
Cool.
cool with that. Okay, so
And of course,
I need-
it's frozen
I-
as soon as you decided to do that.
of course.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I can see you now.
Okay, Brendan broke the internet. I just want y'all to know that. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is a piece called Officer Doug's Sentiment. And I don't know if you could see it. Let me try to do.
Wow.
Here, I'll do this. Here we go.
What?
There we go. It's called
Cool.
Officer Doug's Sentiment.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
thank you. I appreciate it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a trivia question. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. Thank you.
We're back? Okay. So I'm going to ask a trivia question of our audience.
Yeah.
And so the trivia question, and you can only answer if you've not won in the past 8 weeks. So here we go. At the end, where Officer Doug is defending, well, not at the end, but when Officer Doug is defending Sheriff Donna, he shoots the bunny how many times? The first person to answer how many times Officer Doug shot the bunny will receive Officer Doug's sentiment. And while you guys are trying to figure that out, I don't know how you're going to find that out because that's not something you can IMDb like the other questions I ask. So, ha!
Good one. Awesome.
I have my 13-year-old son to thank for that question. That was his idea. Naya
Good.
already answered.
Boom.
Naya, 2 times. Yeah.
That's correct.
That's right?
It is, yeah. When I shot it, they loaded the gun with just 2 bullets, and we did about 3 or 4 takes where I shot. But they generally will only put that in because they had the squibs on the bunny guy lined up with 2. They only wanted 2 shots. Anyways, and a police officer shooting more times than that wouldn't really make sense anyways. So, yeah, that was a sad scene too, wasn't it?
It was sad.
I thought.
It was.
When like,
yeah,
sorry,
I was kind of taken aback by it actually.
sorry.
But then,
What was that last part? I missed it.
I was saying I actually was taken aback by it for a couple of moments too because he was so young, and then when you find out, it wasn't even he wasn't even responsible for what he was
Get
doing.
closer to this.
Ooh, we're getting a tour.
Trying to get closer to my modem or something. I don't know if that helps. Anyways, I kind of missed that again, but I was just saying it was a sad scene, yeah, to like realize I shot a character shot a teenager, and he had nothing to do with like the attack. So it's yeah, much like in the news, I hear stories of mental illness or something. Like it's just sad because they didn't really know what they were doing. So yeah, that was pretty emotional scene, I think.
It is emotional. It's jarring, and that's something that it's just very characteristic of the show. It always has a moment like that. So how about, okay, so the next few questions are more lighthearted.
Okay.
All right, so you're stuck on a desert island, and you can bring one supernatural character with you only. Who would it be and why? And this is you as Brendan, not you as Doug.
Me as Brendan. Well,
yes.
I still think I would bring Sheriff Donna because she's really funny. I think she would she would have the good balance of like sense of humor and like sense of. If we were on a desert island, I feel like she'd be able to figure out what.
Yeah, that's true. She's resourceful.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah, she would be great to have around.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
What about you?
Oh God. For me, I think everybody knows my answer. It would have to be Dean.
Yeah.
It would just have to be.
Right. Maybe talking like this the whole time, Dean. No. Yeah. Like, Jody, I need you to help me with this log on this island. Help me with this log.
Okay, well, if I can't have Dean Winchester, then it would be you doing Dean Winchester impressions.
Okay, great. I have a bunch of like, I don't know what I've got myself into. I have a bunch of like Dean fans out there. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? It's all in good fun.
Oh, wait until you start getting, shipped with people like other than Donna. They'll probably have like, I don't know, what do you call, if you pair Doug up with, I don't even know, but they'll find someone very unique and interesting to pair you up with. And then, somebody's making fun of me saying I'm fangirling now. Well, yeah. So.
That's all right. We're all here for that. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, what was I going to say about that? Yeah, hopefully no one gets too mad about that.
It's all in good fun, y'all. All in good fun.
It is fun. I mean, in all respect, it's great to watch them on set as actors, like as when they're not fucking around. They're good at what they do, and it's cool. It would be super cool to like have a scene with those guys and Doug and see how that all goes down. And yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Possibilities are endless. I guess it's just up to the writers and the fans and whoever to figure out what does happen. So. Yeah.
Well, Rogue here has a suggestion, and she wrote, Doug and Sam would be called Damn. Rogue,
Damn.
I read that because I love you, and that's it.
Yes, it was good. By the way, I learned what the term shipping was. Brianna actually taught me what that was. I didn't understand, and I still haven't, unless someone's involved in like fandom, my actor friends, they hadn't heard of like sort of what that is, and I understand now, and it's pretty awesome. And you might have seen, you can, Twitter and Instagram. I've been collecting like Pokemon like photos of past all my friends who have been on the show. I put up my friend Sully, who played Saul the janitor. I just put up a picture of my friend Farah, who is a ghost in episode 719. I put up so I've been like doing that, and like I figured someone might appreciate seeing someone from the show that they know so well. Hanging out with another character that they so
Mashup.
There mashup. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I didn't know what shipping was until this fandom as well. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I've learned quite a lot.
Yeah.
How about telling us what the top 5 songs on your favorite playlist are?
Top 5 songs. I was thinking about that. I listen. Fun fact about me: I as you would probably guess instantly by looking at me, that I listen to a lot of rap music.
That's what I thought.
Super, obviously nerdy or something, but I listen to rap, so that's what I do. And there's a rapper named Lil Dicky has a song called "Save That Money," which with Fetty Wap and Rich Homie Quan. The video is really funny. If you look at "Save That Money," it's called. That has been I've been playing that because it's really funny. Anything from the Book of Mormon soundtrack, I actually listen to that in my car. If you've seen the Book of Mormon, the musical, if it's come to a city near you, written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone of South Park, Team America fame. It's just awesome. I've actually auditioned for that musical. They came here, so that would be cool. But I think I might be too tall for the Mormon boys because, yeah, they're all kind of average, very the same height, and I'm 6'5", so I don't know if it doesn't. Maybe that's the reason. I'm gonna pretend that that's the reason that I didn't get on the musical. Listen, I don't know, Notorious B.I.G.
Wow.
Old school rap. What else is fun? Like Hall & Oates, "Make My Dreams Come True." That would be a good duet song.
Oh yeah, that was actually on the radio today. No joke.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Some
It was meant
uplifting song like that to throw in the mix, and then I don't know. I have so many. Something by something by The Weeknd. That's what I have in there. Probably The Hills by The Weeknd. I like that song. It's good.
Okay, I don't know that. I've heard of Notorious B.I.G. I do know some old school stuff, but that's new to me.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't really guess of what
no,
I would listen to rap music and stuff, but that's what I do. Not all.
Uh-oh, you froze.
Oh.
You froze.
Oh, okay. I was saying I don't know why I listen. That's what I listen to mainly, but yeah, it's a good variety for you. So yeah.
That's cool. Hey, you know what? We learned something new about you.
Yeah.
Another layer has become revealed.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to ask you to finish this sentence for me.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is
dark chocolate and bourbon.
Damn, that's good.
Right?
That's a combination.
Yeah. That's a good party right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That helps Sam Smith's answer. Samantha Smith answered with cheese. And I thought that was an epic answer, but dark chocolate with bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, there, one fist, glass, boom. That's
exactly.
That looked like something else. That wasn't. Don't ever do this. That's a different show altogether. Let's pretend that.
Different rating, different show. Maybe kids can wait till they're 18 to watch this eventually. That's okay.
Yeah, ask Brianna what that is. I don't know. No. Whoa, that came off totally dirtier than I'd totally expected. Don't ask her. That's wrong. Wow. It's me. Go jump off a bridge. Anyways.
Well, that was an unexpected turn of events, now wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. That was silly. Anyways.
I
just need to
there's
cap it off with a Jensen impression, and I'm good to go.
Hey, yeah, there you go. There's a new hashtag we created for you, by the way. A new hashtag. Rogue created it. It reads Doug taller than Sam.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you.
But okay, yeah, that's your new hashtag, Doug taller than Sam. And we're not going to talk anything about the bourbon dark chocolate. I think that's worthy of a hashtag. Someone's got to come up with a hashtag for that shit. That was epic. Okay. So what I wanted to say to our audience is to please make sure you go visit Brendan's website, brendan-taylor.com, and you will get to see a bunch of clips of things that he's worked on and that he's currently working on, and you narrate your life so nicely and eloquently.
Oh, thank you. I just finished I really I'm trying to make a regular thing of keeping updates about things that I'm doing in hopes that some people might get something out of it, or the people that I have, friends and family, or just seeing the different sort of things that I'm doing. And I'm going to be putting a lot more like photos and from past things and things like that. But I hopefully, all I can, as an actor, as a person, you hope to affect someone, and I'm hoping that my work, resonates with someone, at least one person out there, and I've done my job. So, so hopefully people want to catch up on that. And this year has been since the summer, has been the first year that I haven't done my set tech job. I've been full-time acting, which has been, a goal, a dream of mine. And I have to pinch myself sometimes because it doesn't feel like, I just like my hands of that, like I'm done. Like I'm always on my toes. I got to sort of keep going, but I just really appreciate sort of what I have, and hope that I can continue this, because it propels me when you get to make a living doing what you love. It doesn't come easy. It's been years of going to work, going on a coffee break or lunch, changing from head to toe in my car, going to an audition, they're running behind, I go back, I grab a Subway sandwich, I inhale it, drive back to work. And so now, I don't have to do that as much right now anymore, and it's awesome. So, and keep at your jewelry business.
Thank you. I can relate very much to what you were saying. I'm finally doing full time what I've always wanted to do. So exactly, and
awesome.
and this is just as of this year. So
cool. Me too. As of this year, but I've been with my agent for 8 years. I've been acting since high school, but really in the past 3-4 years, things, and then especially this year, things really picked up and been steady for me. And I just doing it in any way I can. And if it's on Supernatural, that would be sweet too. So.
Absolutely. Wow. I just want to thank you for spending, over an hour with us, and, and just being so cool and patient through all the technical difficulties that we've had.
Yeah. Hopefully you caught all the things, and I caught all the things you said. And there'd be times I'd be like, yeah. And it's just like frozen and like,
we're just one long screen cap pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But thank you, and again, welcome from all of us in the Supernatural family to you, and we hope to see more of you, and that includes episodes, that includes conventions, that includes more interviews, and
cool.
And the best of luck to you. We do look forward to watching you on Fargo on November 30th as well, and keeping tabs on everything that you've got going on. You've hooked us.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And feel free to follow, and you can send emails if you like through my website. There's a little link there. And yeah, Twitter and Instagram. Try to do that a bit more and be on top of it now that I, have people who might be interested.
Exactly. You have
with-
followers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to put up some stuff and keep with you and stay in touch with Brianna and all that. I'm glad she texted during this interview. That was kind of awesome.
Wasn't that awesome?
But yeah, be cool.
That is cool. Well, I want to thank you so much,
Mhm.
and I hope that you'll come back despite the technical stuff we've gone through. You're always welcome to come back. We'd love to hear more. So,
No problem. We'll figure that out next time. Now, of course, you froze again. We'll figure that out next time. It's probably I don't know, technical, the internet breaking. We'll figure it out. It's all right.
Yeah, I think you broke it. Brendan broke the internet, new hashtag. All right, well, thank you all in the audience for watching. Thank you for being so patient, and have a good night.
Thank you. Please call me Doug.